Welcome to Face It TV here, guys, for Star Series. You may notice that there's no one to my right, there's no one to my left. I'm all alone for the first match today, but we should have James here later on. We have Copenhagen Wolves versus OneShot up first. Of course, OneShot, the Russian team, and we've seen a lot of their games recently, so we're very familiar with them. And Copenhagen Wolves, who have been looking a lot better than perhaps they were in recent times. Recently with a very, very good result against Titan on Cash, where I think they took it to an overtime there. So it's like really, really tight games there. So Copenhagen Wolves are looking fantastic, and OneShot definitely with some good games, but on paper, and looking at CS:GO Lounge as well, we saw an 85% to 15% kind of odds there. So I think that's on paper, that's representative of the kind of match that we could end up seeing. But it is Dust 2 once again. We've had a flurry of Dust 2 games recently here on Face It TV. I think we had like 4 or something last night as we're jumping into the knife here. And looks like OneShot are going to be able to have that choice of CT or the T side, and they're going to go and stay on the T side. And that's pretty cool that we're going to see Copenhagen Wolves on the CT to begin with. They have pretty awesome AWP potential and just general aggressive strats. Being a Danish team, the CT side's definitely very strong to look out for. So we'll have to see if they do go for any aggressive options, or whether they say, okay, OneShot, this is a team where we don't need to do anything special. We're going to outskill them overall, so we'll just chill back and play default and let them make the mistakes. And right here we see at the beginning of the pistol round, OneShot making their way down dark. It's like a B split could be in the works here as they try to gain control of this area, but it seems like there's a lot of presence from short. So this is really going to blow up any B split play. So they're going to try to take that short area. We can see Copenhagen Wolves are splitting off back towards A right now. They've got 3 players there on the defense. They're doing some good work so far. Great little shot there from cajunb, but it will be a 2-on-2 with OneShot with a potential bomb plant here. Looks like it should be pretty safe. We do have Glaive and karrigan rotating now. Bomb does go down. We can see that Certus on the site and Dima there on short, and this is the point of contact now. Dima gonna have to get at least 1 kill. He does get both, in fact. Great work there with the Glock, and OneShot off to a flying start. And that was a really interesting beginning of the round. I mean, we had that very aggressive play from Copenhagen Wolves on short just to really see what was happening. And it did look like OneShot were going to go for that B split, but after they saw those 2 players on short, they were like, nope, let's try to retake this area. Let's not allow them to just flank us super easily if we do go out mid. And wow, the scout by coming in and already getting a kill there from Pimp. Good stuff there for Copenhagen Wolves. And the question is, how will OneShot decide to recover from this? Already stacking up towards B here. Looks like they want to go in together, but Copenhagen Wolves is more than ready for this. cajunb going to pick up one with the scout right there. And they haven't even lost a single player yet. They're just walking into their death right now. Just the jaws of Copenhagen Wolves over at B, just munching on those Russians over there as they approach from dark. And it's going to be a 1-to-1 scoreline now. So big upset for OneShot there in that round, that they were getting picked so easily and then going 1 by 1 into the bomb site. Not ideal. And now we still have the scouts alive here from Copenhagen Wolves. Why not stick to the scout action still? And OneShot, they haven't invested too much in this round. They have themselves a couple PT-50s, a single flash which was thrown over towards CT spawn, and then they go to short. See if they can get a quick plant here. That's most certainly the game plan for them. And Synd actually with the bomb going to drop down, and perhaps not aware that he had the bomb initially, going to throw it back up to a teammate. He's looking to get the close plant towards short, and they will get that plant. cajunb there, just knocking him down, one after the other. Just 2 left, 1 LMA over at short. He's going to go down, but at least they got the bomb planted. And we can check the situation here on the money, and of course, having had a very tumultuous couple rounds, losing the anti-eco, obviously the money's not the best in the world for OneShot. We can see after that bomb planted, looks a lot better. They're going to be able to really put together a solid buy. And DavCost certainly looking for the AWP. And will Copenhagen Wolves bring the AWPs out here? That is very interesting to see that they are sticking with those scouts so far. Really just trying to keep that money alive. And here goes DavCost on the mid. There goes the flash and the peek. And Copenhagen Wolves not with a result there. No tag or anything onto DavCost. So Synd going to open up onto Nico there as they try to vie for that control around mid. We've got the bomb still alive down in dark. So it's a 4-on-2 now as Copenhagen Wolves' aggression all over the map didn't really result in more than a single frag. We do have karrigan moving in from mid here, trying to flank OneShot as they move up onto the A bomb site. Here goes Pimp though, alone on the site. Let's get one kill. A couple more players opening up there. Gonna get a second one, looking for the triple here. And we do have ourselves a DavCost getting flanked by karrigan, making it a 1-on-1. And LMA can settle this if he can find the frag. Gonna smoke off karrigan. Smart move there. karrigan might feel forced to come out after he hears that bomb plant sound, but they're going to stay and just wait for him, and that's the correct move, and he is going to get the frag, and we have a 2-2 scoreline coming in. So back and forth action here. OneShot definitely not necessarily in the driving seat, as we see Copenhagen Wolves with a very strong buy, having kept the scouts last round, but definitely good stuff coming out from OneShot in the previous one. Although we must be worth noting that we had 2 scouts kept by Copenhagen Wolves, and Nico's already going to pick off the AWPer for OneShot. So not looking like a good start to the round here. Not for OneShot at least, as they just take the standard map control. We have cajunb below shot here, so there's actually no presence at all on short. This is something up for grabs here for OneShot if they decide to actually try to peek over there and see if they can grab that. Looks like they are sending a player up short slowly. It is Certus, who is in the short position here, waiting perhaps for a push. And now they have they kind of have short control, and they were recently in dark. They can make this call for either the A split or the B split, or perhaps just barrel everyone up short. Let's have a look and see what they're going for. Looks like they're setting up for the A split, and Copenhagen Wolves look very, very well to receive this. We've got Pimp very, very close behind the doors, behind the smoke. And in fact, looks like OneShot actually going to change their mind about long, and they're going to make their way all up short together. So interesting stuff here. This is going to have to result in some really key entry kills here. Coming in from Synd with that AWP. Nico is ready to deal with it though. Here goes Nico. Gets the first shot onto Synd. And now OneShot piling into the bomb site. Lots of damage done onto Nico, but Copenhagen Wolves, they know exactly what's happening now. cajunb with a great defense there from the flash. Good team play coming in from the Wolves, and it's going to be a relatively easy cleanup, but there is still one man alive. It is LMA. Can't quite get the bomb down, and good round there from Copenhagen Wolves. Very patient and working off the first pick with that AWP at the start of the round onto DavCost, and OneShot not able to find a good solution. So, as we can see, we're looking at the eco here for OneShot, and it's really difficult to deal with situations like this. They haven't invested anything into this, so probably looking at just trying to get the bomb down somehow, or maybe obviously getting a kill would be great, but with Glocks, it's so much harder to do that, to get the economic damage, and usually the swarm play for the plant usually results in a better chance at more money for your team that round. Either way, we got OneShot moving all over the place, trying to get some work done with the Glocks, and not all that much received for them so far. And another easy round here for Copenhagen Wolves, as they are on the way now to stabilizing this economy. Look at this, it looks really, really good. 3K, 5K, 5.1K, 7K, 5.5K. Looks really solid all around the board here for Copenhagen Wolves. And they're still running that double AWP setup. We have DavCost though, AWPing this time. Nico actually going to get boosted up onto short. This is going to be interesting. DavCost watching middle, perhaps expecting himself and Nico, but Nico is coming in from short. We have this this push setting up from a long right now, and the only man to defend it immediately is going to be Pimp. He does have cajunb for the crossfire, so we'll have to see how they handle this together. Looks like OneShot just the slow take of long altogether, and fall back with a couple players and see if they can perhaps take short now. And they have so many options here, and Nico actually going to be able to nade himself as Certus, as Nico also picks off Synd, just defending short single-handedly, but there comes the close range fight. But the CZ of Nico playing huge right there, and that is going to be a just single-handed play for the stop on short, and OneShot cannot get the A split that they so desperately were trying to set up for. And now you got Dima, you got DavCost left, and they've got to be thinking about the save here. We've got DavCost there by the pit, just his head showing, just a bit of his helmet showing there to the CTs if they are to look over. But where is Dima? Here he is in the smoke on short. Surely his life is he's not long for this world, and he will go down. So DavCost now, they know he's there. They have to know that he's there. And here we go. They're going to actually challenge him. Pimp going to get taken by the AWP of DavCost. And DavCost running with the knife out. Here comes the AWP, and it's not going to result in a single thing. karrigan does get the kill, and that's 5-2 now. Very wonderfully held by Copenhagen Wolves. And so far, they are playing very, very methodical, very slow. Just they're letting OneShot take the moves here. They're just, you know, working very passively instead of trying to do something special. They're relying on their individual skill and their strong team play, and it's been working wonders so far. So now we do have the eco from OneShot once again. And this time they scrapped together some P250s, but Nico getting cute, moving through the double doors there. Nice little explosion onto LMA going down. Glaive and Nico, the AWPs of Copenhagen Wolves, all focused on those double doors, and OneShot, precarious position for them with that bomb just down in front of the doors, acting as bait. The carrot on the stick for them. And looks like we have a very nice cleanup there from Copenhagen Wolves on that eco, and so far, so good for the Danes. Very straightforward. OneShot definitely haven't shown the ability to like bust into a site. They've managed to take areas here and there. We saw that they were able to take long. They just weren't able to push up short that round. So perhaps this could be another round that they could revisit sometime in the future when they have these buys. We've got DavCost here with the AWP, and he's going to go for the timing pick on long, just barely whiffing it. And that's not going to do OneShot any favors now, as Nico aggressive with his AWP on short. This is very dangerous here. So many players to choose from, and Nico's not going to get a single thing. Dima takes him out, and now OneShot have a small amount of space to breathe with Nico out of the picture, but Pimp on the aggression from behind. Let's find him there as he goes in from the back. There's the flank. Wonderful spray there from Pimp. Going to take down 2 players with ease, and now we just have 3 players for OneShot. It was looking so good after the pick of Nico. It was looking so great, but no one was watching long. There's a good return here from DavCost, opening up an opportunity onto the B bomb site, trying to run in with the momentum, but he's going to run straight into the M4 of karrigan, and now it's all on LMA once again as he tries to grab that bomb in amongst that smoke. But the Danes are more than ready for this. Smoke dissipating there. It's very hard to really establish the options here for LMA in this position, but generally speaking, from OneShot, it seems as if they haven't been able to even get in a site. We've seen that happen maybe once, but it was just all too easy for the cleanup. It was a situation where Copenhagen Wolves wanted them into the site. In fact, letting them plant was kind of part of the plan, especially with that new plant that you can get for short. And that was the round where we saw that they were setting up for this kind of A-long split. And then they decided, okay, let's all go up short together. And they all rushed it. And we had loads of kills coming in from Nico, I think it was, from long. He must be sitting on a lot of frags. He is indeed, with 10. But they let them take the site, then they just fragged them. We haven't seen OneShot really bully Copenhagen Wolves off of the site. So far, it's all about Copenhagen Wolves getting to play their game. OneShot need to throw a wrench into the works here for the Danish squad, as the Dima might just get picked here from the aggression of Nico, but not quite. Nice little frag there from cajunb. Very, very safe aggressions we're seeing here, and largely not unpunished from OneShot. Over the nade goes. Let's see if the flash is going to work the wonders that is required here. And cajunb finding himself just deep in short, just like, where am I? Just in amongst all the T players. And Pimp in the usual position on the site behind the boxes. And only get himself 1 frag this time, so this looks pretty good here now that OneShot have both long and the site. This could very well be one of their rounds. Let's have a look now, see what the recovery can look like for Glaive, Nico, and karrigan, as the AWP was tossed down towards DavCost. Very nice play there from OneShot as he can go to the pit. And it is a safe plant for Dima, or rather the AWPer, who was actually on long. But in fact, Dima's on the site, so this is not going to work at all. Great little flanking movement there from Nico. And we have lost our AWPer from OneShot, so no chance to save this round. And that almost looked too easy. It looks so good. It looked kind of picture perfect. You got your AWPer on long. You got 2 players on the site. You know, surely you can get it done with the plant for pit, but it looks like Nico came in a bit too fast with DavCost there on long, and that kind of blew up the entire play there. So 8-2 now, and still, Copenhagen Wolves not really breaking a sweat in this match. Here goes Dima for the timing frag there. Good bit of damage on Nico, actually. 6 health left. Dima is going to be kicking himself if he was just to know that there's only 6 points of health on that man. Definitely not the greatest thing in the world for him, as losing Nico is definitely going to be very important. They've been taking a lot of liberties, have the Wolves, just in these little peaks and aggressions. We've seen them go a little aggro on the double doors here and there, sometimes on short. Never really trying to overextend. Only Nico getting caught once and punished by these little, aggressive movements. And OneShot need to find more punishes. This is something we saw Forest yesterday on Dust 2 was so incredibly good at. Every single time the CT side tried to get an aggressive peek, Forest was there, almost psychically ready for the peek and just would always hit the shot. And this is something that OneShot really need in their kind of play for the T side of Dust 2 as they make their way up short here. So again, looking to be like they want to move for this A split. Not any picks leading into this, so this is going to rely on this one-on-one on long really working out for Dima. And here he goes, Dima going to go in, and they are all focusing on the A bomb site, and he gets the spray down on 2. This is the chance for OneShot as they take the site, and now again it's a similar situation here. Even worse now for Copenhagen Wolves, only having 2 players instead of 3. And we can have the AWP going there to, oh, in fact the AWP gets dropped before he can get to the pit. Glaive making his way up with the CZ. Oh, he gets the jump shot! And karrigan remains. Certus will handle it very well, though. And OneShot will get the round, but still, Copenhagen Wolves. They are always doing more damage than should really be happening. And 8-3 is that result for sure. So they are looking good for a strong finisher in this first half. But OneShot, can they bring out these performances again? And Nico going to take the first pick onto DavCost. In the previous round, we had that situation where Dima was able to get the spray down where 2 players just were not looking at long. They were seeing players come in from short. So it seems like quite perhaps a miscommunication there, as someone should always really be looking at long. You don't need 2 people looking there in that way, as you can get flanked so easily. If it's supposed to be players moving up short, then surely you should expect perhaps movement on long as well. Either way, Copenhagen Wolves probably... any complacency can be more than justified right now because they're probably feeling very confident with this match. And OneShot just gaining the opening map control. We've got a 2-player set up here on long for Copenhagen Wolves. 1 player slowly drifting back, edging back towards crossover. And looks like they are posturing to move out of mid here, but it looks like they're all together. So they don't have anyone coming in from the dark just yet. It looks like Certus could be that man, but looks like they're moving all together up mid. We do have solid defense here from karrigan, taking down 2 players. Certus moving in, looking for the frag, takes down karrigan. 1 in the back of the site on Glaive. Dima, can you get the kill? He does get the headshot, but he's alone against 3 players. He will get the bomb planted. But incoming right now, 3 Wolves prowling outside the double doors, just waiting to synchronize. Dima knows he has to try to get an aggressive pick here if he's going to make this possible. Great timing there from Dima, finds himself a free frag. There's a one-on-one as well. And it looks like Nico has to buy time for Pimp to come in on the flank. Here he goes. Dima cannot weather the storm there of Copenhagen Wolves, and they will get that defuse. It was a nice attempt by Dima. He knew what he had to do, but it was very, very well played by Nico to just delay and allow Pimp to flank there. Good team play, and 9-3 is now the score as we are in round number 13. Scar coming out from karrigan. And we have the AWP on Nico. So Glaive, rocking the M4 this time. Oh, are we seeing a lower dark take, or are they just going to rush up mid? Oh, Dima with the run shot there. The one shot from Dima. I can't believe I just did that. Totally accidental. Looks like Glaive going to be in on the defense there for the double doors, and that's going to deny entry there. So OneShot need to find another opening, as that is held very, very tight by Copenhagen Wolves. And it looks like they're going to just fan out, try to get themselves... perhaps maybe a delayed peek here on mid. Looks like DavCost is there, but there is the Scar putting in the work. And they're all clustering once again. OneShot, a team that so far has shown us in many of these rounds, they do like to stick together and at least die together. At least they don't die alone. There's nothing worse than that. We do have a very good position here from, I believe it's Glaive indeed, on the B bomb side. You can see he's got a really good angle, but he's going to actually give up his position to fall back to Plateau. As OneShot do begin to set up their little push here, all 3 together. And in they go. And they get the entries. Looks like it's not going to happen, really. They get 1 kill, DavCost there on the top. Here comes the Deagle, and just 1 shot to the torso from Glaive, and that's going to take down DavCost. And it's interesting in these situations with 3 players. often going 3 in one area is often very risky. This is why it's so important, and sometimes you see these amazing clutch plays from the top teams, because you get your really strong player to kind of be the guy that goes alone to try to make something happen, make an opportunity, or make the push easier. But if the Wolves have any kind of inkling, any understanding that a move like that is happening, as you know, you're just dead. You're just dead meat altogether through a choke point. It's you need the distraction, and you need to force the attention away if you possibly can. Nico looking for the pick here, he's going to find it. These kills coming oh so easily to Copenhagen Wolves in this match on Dust 2. Definitely seems like a very strong map for them against OneShot. karrigan just rotating with his auto sniper there. Glaive just chilling in dark. Look, they have so much map control right now, do Copenhagen Wolves. They're just taking so many liberties unpunished. This really seems to be one of the problems for OneShot, is that all the aggressive movements from Copenhagen Wolves are largely unpunished. And if you don't have if Copenhagen Wolves don't see punishes, then there is no risk to actually to make these moves. And so that means that they can be more and more aggressive and be more confident with it. And unless OneShot can show them that they can actually punish that, then they are just going to keep abusing it. And we're going to see a standard opening here from Copenhagen Wolves on the defense on B. Smoke goes down. Nico with the aggressive peek there on short and falls back after the frag. We have a very bad buy here from OneShot for the last round of the first half. And they would do very well to try to actually salvage a round out of this. Nice little tag there from the auto sniper at distance, and OneShot going all together here on the A long area. And once again, it's going to be very difficult with this weapon disadvantage. They've only got one rifle, one AK on Certus. And I think Copenhagen Wolves are more than ready for this. You've got Pimp there on the site, Glaive coming up from the flank, cajunb as well on the site. There goes DavCost, taking out with ease from Glaive, and now it's just Certus left to try to save this round. Gets the first kill, that's all he's going to find, and Copenhagen Wolves end it 12-3 and go into the next half. Very confident, perhaps feeling like this was a bit too easy, and OneShot are left in a position where they have to play the CT side. They have to react to what Copenhagen Wolves do, and this is, I'd say, definitely the much harder side on Dust 2, hence why OneShot did pick the T side. We do see a lot of teams who do like to play CT. Personally, I feel like the CT side is more fun to play in many respects, but it is generally harder as you do have to react, and there's lots of options that the terrorists can really exploit, and I'm not sure we have enough time to go into those details, but either way, the terrorists controlling the flow of the map, able to find the picks as they want. It can be more difficult and more risky for the CTs to actually go for these picks. And this is something we didn't see punished from OneShot, really, is all these moments when Copenhagen Wolves got really cute on short, all these moments when they try to push dark, all these moments when they push with double doors. And there's so many times when we had like a flank coming out too easily from the longhouse, where Copenhagen Wolves would just walk the guy in and say, oh wow, this is actually open. We saw a really good start from a round or two when Pimp was actually like, oh, there's actually no one watching long, and it comes in and sprays down 2 for free when they had a one-man up advantage. Like, there's all these little situations which were getting out of hand for OneShot on their T side, just not covering all the angles, not punishing. And now we have a 12-3 result from that, and Copenhagen Wolves looking to start strong here on this T side on the second half here. There goes the smoke for CT spawn as OneShot Dima going to throw down that molly. See if he can delay the rush, but looks like the Danes are undeterred here as they make their way through. But Dima with 2 wonderful headshots, looking for another frag. Not able to find it just yet. It's cajunb returns with 2. karrigan and Nico chiming in as well, and now it's on Synd. You see Synd over there from CT spawn. Does have armor and a good chunk of health left over, but he's got so many dudes to deal with. He's going to go down, and that's going to be the pistol round won by Copenhagen Wolves. I can't help but feel like this is a really fast match right now. If we end up going to just 16-3, it's going to be so fast. And we're getting the nice MP7 there from karrigan. I believe that's MP7. karrigan, put it out. Yeah, it is indeed the MP7. And looks like the grenade actually connected there. It's a nice little combo there with Nico's scout. Dima, though, going to put a bullet into karrigan's head with his scout. Looks like Pimp's going to find himself a pick. 2 picks there, 2 entry frags rather, onto the B site. And it's like deathmatch right now for Copenhagen Wolves. And OneShot, they are now looking at a very dire situation, even worse than before, if that was possible, where it's now basically match point here for Copenhagen Wolves. They're one away from that. They've got, the scout. They've got loads of money. They can do whatever they want. They've proven to be in this kind of state of mind that it doesn't really matter what happens. It just doesn't matter. Like, they can do whatever, and they will just win the duels. They'll win the fights. They'll outskill their opponents. So they can play like subpar Counter-Strike. Doesn't even matter. And just going to move into the B bomb site, just trying to end things quickly. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from them right now, as they are looking really strong here today on Dust 2. OneShot making them look quite good, and LMA there. Andersen going to go down at the end, so it's not looking so good. They can't get any economy. They can't really find their feet. This is going to be the first buy for them, and it could very well be the last, as we are on match point now for Copenhagen Wolves. And OneShot, they don't even get to play the CT side in this game, it seems so far, unless they're there to make an incredible comeback. They do not even get to really show us what they have in store for Copenhagen Wolves on the CT side with their setups. So we've got DavCost, AWPing as always. He's AWPing towards the longhouse there, as they have 3 men kind of converging to that area, and it looks like a very fast take it towards that B bomb site, and they will actually take it down. And now OneShot going to go for the retake, 3-on-4 against the Wolves, and DavCost going to go in. They have to synchronize here, use those nades effectively, but they got to wait for the smokes as well. Not much they can do when it's just they can't exactly run through the smokes. It's going to be too easy there for Copenhagen Wolves if they do. And Synd gets picked over at the double doors. There's a good response there from DavCost, quickly turning around to deal with that situation. But 2-on-3 now. DavCost looking for the jump over the smoke to get a beat on someone's position. Not going to find it here. And in he goes, and out he goes as well. Pimp going to take the kills. And that's 16-3. A very, very fast match there between Copenhagen Wolves and OneShot. And definitely a very tough opponent. Copenhagen Wolves, but the problem is for OneShot now, they have an even tougher opponent coming up. The next match for OneShot is actually going to be Virtus.pro, so it's not going to be I mean, it might not look as bad as that. It really depends on the map. I feel that the map really did OneShot no favors. And just to rehash it a bit, post game, there were just too many situations which were not punished by OneShot. Too many liberties taken by Copenhagen Wolves. Too many safe plays that should have high risk. And other than that, the other problem, if you get over those issues that they were discovering, and the way that Copenhagen Wolves were like basically always having a player advantage at the start of rounds, we also saw these flanks and just all this information gathered for 3 as well. So Copenhagen Wolves were all over that. And then on top of that, we had this situation where for some reason, OneShot, they do really entertain this idea of stacking a lot of players for these site takes, and they don't quite have the nades, it seems, to actually get on the sites without taking huge losses. So that's something interesting to look at for them. I'm sure there's lots of answers for them. If they go look at the demos, I'm sure they can really learn and grow and figure out, okay, with the setups that they want to use to take these sites, this is how they can use the nades, this is how they can use the team play, this is how they can use distractions on other sides of the map to delay rotations, all these kinds of things. They definitely have a lot of room to improve. They definitely have talent, but we'll have to see how they grow over the coming matches. So we have Virtus.pro up next against OneShot, so stay tuned for that, guys. We'll be right back.